Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. A shirtless Javi answers a swarm of work calls at the Hernandez residence, but Gabby is unavailable. He responds, "All right," after being reprimanded for fabricating her whereabouts. In order to track down a mad escaped prisoner, she traveled to Vancouver with her ex-boyfriend and pretended to be her deceased adversary. They end the call because they don't believe him. Carrie drops by with coffee as he heads back to work. The phone keeps ringing while Carrie requests a new date. Javi suggests that they go on the date immediately after hanging up the phone. When Leo arrives at the pub, the men joke about over lunch following an urgent meeting with Marlena regarding Javi hooking up with Carrie. Assuming their date continued into the morning and day from the previous evening, Leo comes closer. Javi tells him that they didn't go home together last night, but it's not his concern. They're going slowly for the time being since he didn't want to make the same mistake he did with Leo. Leo informs Javi that his shrink is assisting him in getting over the fact that he ruined something truly nice. He would like to convey that Javi has come to the realization that he has a nice heart and is no longer as furious with him. Leo yells, "And that I'm way more fun than this guy." Carrie, offended, slams Leo for slamming body and soul into the floor. Additionally, viewers can obtain Lady W's spoilers without even having to watch. After telling him that he has hired a private investigator to find the imposter, Leo leaves for the bar. As the men continue to joke about, he rolls his eyes. In the square, a composed Brady puts a phone to his ear. Brady finds out from Kristen over the phone in the square that she rescheduled his planned weekend arrangements with Rachel. Ava walks over to Brady's table, and he hangs up angrily. He informs her that Kristen is punishing him because she believes he has feelings for her. Brady doesn't think it's unrealistic to suppose they would be drawn to one another, even though Ava laughs at Kristen's hallucinations. Ava agrees, but notes that Tate and Sophia have dominated their conversations. They haven't really made an effort to get to know one another. "Perhaps it's time we did," Brady says. Before Kristen ruined his plans, Brady was planning to take Rachel to the Nutcracker, so he extends an invitation to Ava. They won't have to discuss Tate or Sophia, and he'll even spend money on supper. He will understand, though, if she is afraid about provoking Kristen's anger. "I'm not easily frightened," Ava tells him. "It's a date." JJ points a rifle at Clyde, who is holding Gabby in his arm. Using Nancy as the password, JJ and Gabby gain access to the prisoner's laptop in Clyde's rundown apartment. Gabby is grabbed by an armed Clyde who threatens to discipline them. JJ insists on knowing the whereabouts of his sister's body. Given that he is carrying a gun on Gabby, Clyde reminds him that he is in control. JJ calls his bluff and pulls out his own revolver. JJ kicks his revolver at Clyde as he continues to threaten him. But he taps at his phone secretly. Chad screams out for Clyde while feigning to have Kat at gunpoint in an office. A blonde, middle-aged, angular woman with her own gun walks in. "Mom?" Kat yells. Kat adds that she got plastic surgery following the automobile accident since Katharina doesn't think she's her daughter. Katharina laughs. Kat would say that, Clyde told her. He wants them both dead, which is why he gave her the gun. Chad, brandishing his gun, maintains that Kat is her daughter. Desperately, Katharina swears she must follow Clyde's instructions. He told her that both of them are evil people who wish to harm her. He is her friend. She trembles with the rifle and adds, "I have to do this." Chad swoops down on her. No one is harmed when the gun goes off. As Katharina struggles to comprehend that her mother attempted to kill her, Chad holds her. In order to allow Kat to remain with her mother, Chad offers her his revolver after receiving JJ's SOS text. He tells her not to leave her sight and walks away. When Kat tries to communicate with her mother, she continues to be defensive. When Kat remembers things from their history, she starts crying. Katharina gives in. She finds it hard to think she would harm her. In order to give her baby girl a hug, she requests that Kat untie her. Katharina takes the gun from Kat's waistband and hugs her when she obeys. She screams, "I can't let that son of a bitch get away with this," and leaves. Chad receives a panicked voicemail from Kat alerting him to the arrival of her mother. A stone-faced Katharina points a firearm in the doorway of Clyde's apartment. As the villain is ready to shoot JJ at Clyde's apartment, Chad knocks him unconscious from behind. When Clyde awakens to Chad's taunting about outdoing him, JJ and Gabby are holding pistols on him. He's finished playing games. "Tell me what you did with Abby's body, please." Clyde thinks it's the least he can do after Chad won this round. He'll be honest with him about Abigail. Chad won't like it, though. Abigail is, a shot is fired. Blood drips through Clyde's shirt onto his chest as he thrashed back in a chair. Chad, Gabby, and JJ turn to see Katharina brandishing her revolver. On Days of Our Lives, we finally got to meet Kat's mother. Additionally, it indicates that we have met Constantine's daughter. Although the exact outcome of Katharina's situation is unknown, we now know that she not only survived the pawn but also Clyde. We cannot overlook the fact that John was abducted while attempting to reconcile with Katharina in Greece. We now know that her grave was not hers, yet he went there nonetheless, and then he was unable to recall what had transpired. Jack and Chad discovered him strapped to a chair in an unoccupied apartment after he disappeared. However, we should and could learn more from Katharina's appearance. Steve has become deeply involved in this convoluted story, and we can predict that he will seek clarification from Constantine's enigmatic daughter. Because, like John, he is entangled in Constantine's family turmoil. And based on those responses, we suspect that he and Marlena will both wish to attempt contacting John once more to inform him of the situation. As we saw in the teaser, Marlena is unable to contact him and learns that he has vanished, which could be the beginning of his farewell story. But if that's the case, hopefully, it's only the beginning. Let's avoid losing John around Christmas or the New Year, just as we lost Doug on Thanksgiving. Avoid causing death and loss to the family during the holidays. As we now know, the show filmed John's death and funeral while Drake Hodgson was still living to provide his approval. However, we don't know when it was filmed or when John will pass away. Unfortunately, this just sounds like a logical introduction to John's last parting tale. Yes, we are still in the midst of bidding Doug farewell. However, the program won't be able to postpone John's death for much longer once we begin to learn more about what transpired with the pawn and his most recent captivity. Editors have picked all of the highlighted goods and services on their own. On orders placed through its retail connections, Soaps.com might get paid a commission, and the retailer might get some auditable data for their records. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.